Hi, I'm going to be talking about the Clipper butterfly as my invertebrate. So the Clipper butterfly is scientifically termed as the Parenthosylvia, and there are around 30 subspecies of the Clipper butterfly, and they're commonly found in South and Southeast Asia, mostly near rivers in rainforests in forests. So, as far as food process goes, this butterfly uses a straw-like mouth part that extends called the proboscis to drink tree sap, rotting fruits, and sweet nectars from flowers. And then they also tend to rest and feed on those sources with their wings open for long periods of time. And also, after they're done eating, they usually coil their proboscis back in towards their body. So, as far as predator and prey relationship goes, they are considered herbivores. So, they mostly feed on plants. And so, they feed on passion vine flowers and moon seeds mostly. So, I have both those pictured here. This is the passion vine flower, and then this is the moon seeds that they feed on. And like I said before, they'll mostly just rest on those and use their proboscis to eat those and eat the nectar from them. As far as predators go for them, they are preyed upon by birds, spiders, lizards, and then a few different rodents, but usually rats are tend to be common with them. And they also feed on them throughout all of their different life stages. So not just when they're butterflies, but also when they're caterpillars as well. As far as unique traits go, the Clipper butterflies, as I mentioned before, do have very large wings. And so that makes them very strong flyers and very fast gliders. And then they also, as I said, do tend to keep their wings open when eating, not only just to absorb heat within their wings, but also to be prepared to take flight quickly, just in case they do see some predators. And so they want to leave as quickly as possible. And then, as I mentioned before, there are about 30 subspecies in the Clipper butterflies, and they all have slightly different colorations, and that does tend to come from the genetic drift of by formations of mountains and islands that have occurred in South and Southeast Asia. And then in regards to the tree of life of the Clipper butterfly, they are located in the family Nymphalidae, and they're also in the order Lepidoptera, in the class Insecta, and then finally in the phylum Arthropoda. And then here I have a Clipper butterfly video. And as you can see, they keep their wings open. They're nice and still when they're feeding, and their straw-like mouth is extended out away from their body. And they do tend to rest there for a pretty long time, whether they're eating or just to sit down and rest. So yeah, and they do have a pretty large wingspan, as you can see, especially in the top half of their wings. And this one has a little bit, that one had a little bit of a blue coloration. This one, as you can see, has a little bit more of a red orangish coloration. And in this video, you can see a better angle of them being more flat on the plant. And this one, you can see that they're kind of absorbing the heat a bit more rather. And it does give a label of the wingspan, but because they are off the edge of that plant, you can kind of see that. So yeah. And then in regards to the importance of Clipper butterflies, they are pollinators. So they are a food source for other animals as well. So they pollinate on plants while also providing a food source for other animals, as we mentioned. And they're also considered bioindicators. So they can kind of give an understanding of the health of an ecosystem because they are particularly sensitive to climate change, habitat, and pollution. So they are great bioindicators. And then to humans specifically, they are definitely a benefit to pollination of crops, and they provide genetic diversity to plants through the process of cross-pollination. So pollinating on different plants, they're able to cross-pollinate, which provides greater genetic diversity to those plants. So those are my sources, and thank you so much.